I am Ava Sweeney.
I'm Grace Hassey.
We are working on the Eastern Box Turtle Head Starting Project.
Care for the environment and animals is our passion. Day to day, we're out here tracking the turtles. They all have their own individual frequencies, so we're able to put it in here and then track them down, make sure that they're alive, and record their location and how they're using the habitat.
This just helps them get a little bit bigger, and so they aren't as easily predated as they would be normally.
I'm Ava Whitlock.
I'm Brody Gly.
Well, right now we are using a drone with a thermal sensor to fly over different sites on Pierce's property to look for, initially it was just eastern massasagua rattlesnakes, but we're also now just looking for other wildlife that we see.
In the evenings we're usually working on data and identifying pictures, putting names to faces basically. I think that's the fun thing, is that out here you can kind of expect to see something new every day.
My name is Andrew Medley.
My name is Mariana Vanderwhite.
We are out surveying a nice little wetland for massasagua rattlesnakes. We're trying to catch them, get a little sense of what their population's looking like, and see if we need to step in and help.
You get out there and spend as much time as you can looking for snakes and hope to catch as many as you can. So they just sit out there and bask. So as long as they can get hit by the sun and still have a place to escape, that's their favorite little spots to hide. We go back to the lab for the second half of the day and we process and get all of the data that we need, and then go back and pop them back where we found them at the end of the day.
Hi, I'm Osheen.
I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Abby, and the cyanotoxin group.
We are trying to detect cyanobacteria, specifically the toxin microcystin.
Our work would help identify the water bodies which have cyanotoxins.
When I was able to get this project funded that I had the idea for, then I was really excited to be able to work on it and to do something that would hopefully help a lot of people in Michigan.
I think it's a really important topic that needs to be studied more and tried to be detected better.
I'm Naomi.
I'm Joey.
And we are the Land Management Fellows.
We have a lot of day-to-day projects like our Purple Martin nest box.
We come out here every day, reel it down, and check each of the nests for sparrow nests that we'll end up throwing because they're invasive.
I think both of us just love being outside. That's our main motivation for
sure.
being here and why we like to do what we do.
Each day is so different, and we get to learn some more maintenance stuff, working with larger tools, and we also get to learn a lot about ecosystem management. So learning about all the different ecosystems and plants within that, and sort of just more of the biological science is also really fun.
I'm Morgan.
I'm Heidi.
We're both from Cornerstone University, and we're doing our marsh bird population project focusing on secretive marsh bird species.
Depending on how far the drive is, it's waking up 4:30-ish, leaving around 5 to hopefully start a half hour before the sun rises.
A good amount of sleep. Sometimes we struggle with that because we get up so early.
Okay, we've gotten 2 of the 6 target species. We got Virginia rail and pied-billed grebe.
220.0, 143, and 8.23.
My name is Camille Aper.
My name is Shanna McElra. We're going out on the lakes and we are taking water samples and water tests with our YSI probe to test for different things such as temperature, dissolved oxygen, pH, SPC, that kind of stuff.
Specifically my work here this summer, being able to be outside and be around people that have that same interest is a lot of fun, and it definitely builds a sense of community, so that motivates me a lot.
And I just think it's so beautiful to be out here on the water every day, getting to test it. I want to protect our waters. That's a big motivator I want to help educate others too, to help protect it.
Hi, I'm Liv. I have been working on a bunch of colored pencil drawings of different fish that live in Brewster Lake, which is the lake here on the property. I've been working on a smaller scale, so I've been able to focus a lot on research and just having fun and exploring and all that stuff. Waking up and getting some coffee and going for a walk definitely gets me started every day. I come to the education building and start working on some drawings until I can't do it anymore. And then I'll go for a walk and wrap up the day with hanging out with all the other art fellows.
My name is Dryson Gohagen. I am going through the process of making digital 3D environments, characters, and scenes that are inspired by the surrounding areas of the Pierce Cedar Creek Institute. I'll pop some props onto my turntable, and then I'll have about 250 photos of the object, and then after that I'll bring it into my computer for processing. Then once I have a processed mesh, I'll try and combine it with my current project in some way, so whether it's a figure or a environment or something like that.
My name is Leah. I've been mainly focusing on oak trees and the ecological importance that they have, just like the different animals and insects that the acorns and leaves support. Since I've been here, definitely just being able to sit outside and actually sit in a forest and draw, like that's always my dream when I'm back at home.
My name is Sydney Higgins. I applied here because my teacher, Nancy, wanted me to, and I just thought it would be a good help for my portfolio and my career. I'm also in the natural science illustration program at Kendall. So I'm working on 3 main projects that are on a larger scale. I'm using colored pencil, and one of them is of a spongy moth, and this one is 2 turtles. And then I want to do another one of a snake that's shedding its skin.
My name is Kostandi Stevenson. I applied to Cedar Creek because nature is a really important part of my life in my relationships and with my background growing up, but I also applied because I wanted to push myself and get better skills as a writer. I'm working on a poetry collection that examines fire and its relationships with different parts of nature. Fire typically is seen as this very destructive, disastrous force, but I found out that it's actually really important for the environment as a whole, and that's what I'm exploring.
My name is Cass. The project this summer consists of strictly poetry, and what I really want is a collection that has a lot of coherence, a lot of sinew to it. And right now I've got a lot of disparate pieces, but I'm gonna work on revising them to bring them together. Probably the most helpful thing about being here, being in this space, I mean the space is inspiring, but the people and the peers, the other writers have so much talent, and meeting with them very frequently, getting their feedback, giving my feedback to them has been a very helpful process.
Weston, I'm writing poetry. Lately I've been trying out meditation, which I feel like has been useful for me to do that for 10 minutes or 15 minutes before I start writing, to just kind of clear my mind. And most of my poems are kind of absurdist, surreal, sort of dreamlike states. The last couple of weeks, things have been kind of coming together more, especially as I'm revising pieces that I've already done. They're starting to form more of a cohesive whole.
My name is Claire Taylor. Essentially, I'm just working on a loose writing project. It's kind of evolved into just a collection of things that aren't necessarily related, but that have been very fun and very much embody the time that I've had here. I really like this spot. I think I've come out here a good couple of times. I tend to write most late at night, so my day up until that, it's been a lot of going out for hikes and taking my little notebook with me and trying to write and seeing where that gets me. And then once other people have gone to bed, I'll stay up until 3 or 4 writing stuff and start it all over again, I guess.
My name is Lucero, and this summer my project was to record the students at Pierce Cedar Creek and their projects. So every day looked different to me at Pierce Cedar Creek. One day I could be helping Andrew and Mariana hunt for rattlesnakes. Another day I could be kayaking with Morgan and Heidi at 5 in the morning, and then another I could be following Claire up a tree. Every day just looked really different to me, and just getting those experiences of following everyone around and seeing what they were up to helped a lot to grow. Overall, my experience was amazing at the Institute. I want to give a special thank you to everyone who has made this possible. Thank you to Pierce Cedar Creek for creating this opportunity for artists around the Michigan area, and also the Pierce family as well.